After a dramatic goal line stand and 2 blowouts, it's Notre Dame versus the SEC. Welcome into the Sporting News Studios for this week's look at the UPS Team Performance Index. I'm Tom Vandervoort. Now, what is the UPS Team Performance Index? Well, it's a new way to rate and compare college football teams using statistical analysis. No opinion is included. First, an index is developed for each of 4 areas of team performance: offense, defense, special teams, and miscues. Add those together with winning percentage, and you get an overall index for total team performance. 100 represents average. 200 represents perfection. Now, the road to the national title this year, pretty obvious. After closing out its season with a win at USC, Notre Dame will take its unbeaten record into Miami on January 7th to take on the winner of the SEC title game between Georgia and Alabama, both of whom won big on Saturday. The Tide is finally back on top of the Team Performance Index this week, exactly where they ended last year. And after an early and discouraging loss to South Carolina, Georgia has climbed back to 13th, just 2 spots behind Notre Dame. Now, Alabama and Georgia play Saturday in Atlanta in what is essentially a national semifinal game. But how do the 2 teams compare on the Team Performance Index? Georgia has the better of the 2 offenses by just over 2 points on the index, while Alabama's defense index is just over 9 points better than Georgia's. But the Tide's real advantage has come in special teams and miscues. In other words, if you look at the TPI, Alabama should certainly be the favorite, but if Georgia can win the turnover battle, avoid penalties, and hold its own on special teams, they should have a pretty good chance to stay with Alabama throughout the game and maybe, just maybe, pull off the upset. And finally, one more note for this week. West Virginia started the year off with such high hopes both for the team as a whole and for quarterback Geno Smith. But at 6-5, they are ranked 60th out of 120 teams with a TPI of exactly 100. That makes the Mountaineers the most average team in America. Not only that, but their offense gains almost exactly the same number of yards per play as their defense gives up. I'll be back next week with more numbers for the UPS Team Performance Index. I'm Tom Vandervoort.